Coming up, it's a trip back in time just for us, and have I got surprises for you? A special Class of 2003 edition of B Squared starts right now. Greetings and welcome to a special edition of my podcast, B Squared Life Explained, just for the members of the Enloe High School Class of 2003. I am excited about this, and I hope you all enjoy this as much as I enjoyed putting it together. Now, I don't know about anybody else, but I am not ready for it to be 20 years later already. I mean, it seems like just yesterday we were all at the Raleigh Convention Center accepting our diplomas from Mr. Gardner, or I guess I should say Dr. Gardner. I never knew he had his doctorate, but live and learn. But now, all of a sudden, it's 2 decades later, and we're all officially old enough to know better. And if you ask me, that's the scariest part to all this. So, before we get started, there's 2 things that I want to say. First, I've heard from several of you over the years that your styles and tastes and worldviews and various other things have changed since the old days, and you are ambivalent about remembrances of things past. And to that, I would say, there is no shame in looking back and seeing how far you've come. I mean, let's be real. Back in 2003, we all had, 17, 18 years of experience at best. Now, we have a lot more, and the objective reality is you can only see the world through the lens of the experiences that you have. So, I would expect that over the course of 2 decades that there would be some growth, some maturation, some shifting perspectives, and various other things. So, when you look at remembrances from the good old days, try not to look at it as things you wish had never happened. Think of it as a reminder that life is an ongoing journey. It doesn't matter where you started. It doesn't even matter where you are. What matters is that you acknowledge that life goes on. The journey continues, and your perspectives will continue to shift over time. The second thing is, let me be honest. Back in the day, I was kind of the odd man out. I mean, I marched to the beat of my own drum, and I wasn't really interested in fitting in. And I got along with some of you better than others. So, to everyone that I was friends with back in the day, I am very grateful for you. You had a bigger impact on me than you probably realized. And to those that I maybe wasn't friends with or didn't get along with, as far as I'm concerned, bygones are bygones, and I'm really looking forward to seeing everybody at the reunion later this year. And speaking of the reunion, if you for sure are not going to be able to make it, no matter what we do or when we do it, I want you to reach out to me. The email address is on your screen. Let's find a way to let you at least say some remarks to your classmates. Nobody deserves to be left out, and I want to make sure that everyone who wants to take part in this gets the opportunity. So with that said, let's dive in. So before we get to some of the gems that I've uncovered in recent weeks, I think it would be helpful to get a refresher on what life was like back in 2003, because I don't know about anybody else, but for me, 2003 was a long time ago. So I could use a refresher on what life was like and what was going on in the world. So let's take a look.
Oh, Daphne, did I get one of these in the mail today?
No, I don't think so.
Poor Niles.
What's this about?
Oh, they're all worked up over some smelly invitation Fraser stole to some place they never heard of.
Oh.
Yes, but that's what's so intriguing, Dad, that there exists an exclusive place in Seattle that neither of us knows about.
Could be an art gallery or a new haberdashery.
Or an Italian shoelace boutique.
The year was 2003. It was a time when broadcast television was still 4x3. VHS cassettes were still a common sight on store shelves, and the average cell phone was anything but smart.
Deal. And now you can also get instant messaging, so you can send and receive messages as easily as you do from your desktop. Get the message?
It was the year Pirates of the Caribbean came out, along with the first sequels to The Matrix and X-Men. In the entertainment world, Angelina Jolie and Billy Bob Thornton made their divorce official after being estranged for more than a year. The Price is Right was airing its 31st season and still going strong, while Home Improvement actor Richard Karn was hosting Family Feud, and Ruben Studdard won the 2nd season of American Idol on Fox. Popular songs from the year included In Da Club by 50 Cent and Landslide by the Dixie Chicks. It was also the year that brought us the Do Not Call list, along with the last of the old-style Volkswagen Beetles. Nintendo said goodbye to the classic Game Boy, while Sony brought us its first PlayStation Portable.
Can you hear me now? Good.
Wow. Talk about a different era. Now, I never had a PSP, but I've still got plenty of VHSs. You tell me if that made me old-fashioned, right? I've been called worse, mostly in traffic. So what were you into back then? I was big into Star Trek back then, and in 2003, I was still trying to figure out what the heck this Star Trek Enterprise series was supposed to be about, and who the heck this Scott Bakula guy was. And I was also waiting for a sequel to Star Trek Nemesis, because surely the franchise couldn't go out on a movie that terrible, could it? Could it? It was what it was, and we got what we got, and life goes on. So anyway, now that we've kind of set the scene, let's start going through some of the stuff that I've uncovered over the last couple of weeks. And I will tell you straight up, be prepared for some of this stuff to hit you right in the feels. I'm not ashamed to admit, I got teary-eyed a couple of times while I was going through all this. And I thought we might start by going back to 128 Clarendon Crescent as it existed in our day. Some of the old landmarks are still there, but the campus is almost completely different than how we left it. They've built a lot of new facilities, they've rearranged things, there's a separate parking lot for the juniors now, if you can believe that, and a whole lot more. Call me old-fashioned and resistant to change, but I prefer to remember it as it was in our day. It was dirty, it was run down, and yeah, it got old having to figure out if our next class was in the East Building or in the West Building, but for 4 years of our lives, it was practically our second home. So let's take a look.
Getting from there to here, it's been a long time, but my time is finally here, and I will see my dream come alive at last. I will touch the sky, and they're not gonna hold me down no more. No, they're not gonna change my mind, 'cause I've got faith of the heart.
Man, that takes me back. I remember when I shot all of that. It was mostly after school. It was just me with one of those wheeled carts that they had everywhere. I had the camera just sitting on top of it, and I was pushing it around campus. And you can see that, especially in the footage I got from the breezeway. That rough cement ground that was there gave the camera fits. I mean, Eric Natarnicola gave me a big-time hard time about that way back when. But, you know, it was the best I could do. So what do you want from me? Those were some good times. So anyway, so when I popped in the DVDs the other week to see what I still had, I expected just to find footage of the campus, but there is so much more than that. And I've tried to organize it all as best I can. Among the holdings are some things that I'd forgotten we even did. The original scripts and program audio have long since been lost to time, but I can at least try to piece together some of this random stuff into something we can enjoy. So I present to you ends and odds from the good old days. Take a look.
But that don't coincide. kind, it's a very good sign. Cruel to be kind means that I love you, baby. You gotta be cruel to be kind. In the right measure. It's a very, very, very good sign. It means that I love you, baby. You gotta be cruel to be kind. Or in the right measure. Yes, it's a very, very, very good sign. It means that I love you, baby. You gotta be cruel to be kind. Or in the right measure.
It occurs to me we had way too much fun back in the day. Don't you think? So who remembers the lowdown? Every day at the beginning of second period, we'd take a few minutes to tune into our daily news show, produced by students from room 117 East. It was our source for what was happening around campus. To this day, I remain impressed that a student-led production was as professional as what we had. We had 2 co-anchors at the main desk, we had a sports desk, we even had a resident gourmet to give us a preview of what was for lunch in the cafeteria. Spoiler alert, whatever you called it, it made no difference because one meal served by the Wake County Public School System tasted pretty much like another. I want to say the provider was Aramark Foods in those days, but who knows? Anyway, back to the lowdown. So it was cheesy, it was hilarious, and it was awesome, all at the same time. And among the things that I've come across were multiple episodes from our senior year. So let's go back and see what was happening on a typical Enloe day.
How crazy is this?
This is so silly right
This
now.
is
What
this
going
is the
on?
silliest thing ever. This is the April Fool's. We decided to mix it up for you guys.
Just for you. Special April Fool's edition of the Lowdown. Today is Tuesday, April 1st.
April 1st, we got a guest. We got
Silly
sports.
Emily. We got Adam on sports, Rachel on the gourmet stuff. But first, but you know, John, the Senior Slideshow, it's a pretty important time for us as seniors, you know, but it doesn't really work well if there's nothing to put in
It doesn't. And I've thought about it. Check this out. Check it out.
Thank you for that. International Baccalaureates, John, stop touching me. We'll have a International Baccalaureate Society have a bake sale after school, all this week from 2:30 to 3:10 in the West Gym lobby. This is to help raise money to destroy landmines.
All right. Optimist Club Oracle Contest. Grand prize, $1,500. Get entry forms from Cindy Kinney in the West office. Forms due Friday. You must be 16 and under as of January 1st, 2003. Looks like I don't meet that requirement.
Future Teachers of America, you guys meeting today at 2:30 in room 126B, East Side. I think that's oratorical contest, John, actually, not oratical or whatever. You'd stop touching.
Right. AAFEO, there will be a board meeting today in Miss Joyner's room, which is 103 East. The meeting starts at 2:30.
All right, if you're interested in being Mr. Eagle, which is the senior guys pageant, there's an interest meeting today at 2:30, or excuse me, it's tomorrow at 2:30 in the Media Center. If you, John, you're going to be doing Mr. Eagle, you're going to be strutting your stuff for the ladies.
I might do.
For the honeys.
I just might be.
For the fly honeys.
Just might be. Red Cross Club, there will be a general meeting tomorrow at 2:30 in room 1210 West. So check it out. That's just a general meeting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now, I love introducing great guests and guests that kind of make this lowdown better. Fortunately, we don't have one today. But James, take it from
Emily,
here.
drama queen, literally.
Okay. Anyways, I'm here to talk to you about Crazy for You, the spring musical. It will be this Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at 7 o'clock. Tickets are $5 at the door. So come out and see some good dancing, all your favorite Gershwin songs. And James will be there to support me, even though he claims that I'm a drama queen.
Ooh, I don't know about being there to support you, Emily. Sorry about that. I don't know about that. Okay, ASA, you guys will have a general meeting tomorrow after school in room 126 East Side. $5 dues are due at this due date, at this due time.
Key Club, there will be a general meeting 2:30 in the cafeteria Thursday. Committee head interviews will be held Thursday, April 10th. As you can see by that
graphic, the graphic on the screen. Wrestlers meeting in the West Gym Thursday at 2:20. Hey, what are you guys going to be doing? You're going to be passing out camp information. You know, camp for wrestling. So make your way out there if you're wrestling next year.
Yeah.
Or if you're thinking about it even.
Summer job fair will be Friday during the lunch periods, both in the Student Services Career Center. Guys, businesses that will be there: Hudson Belk, McDonald's, UPS. You must bring your resume. Guys, need I say dress to impress? Need I say dress?
Needless to say.
To impress.
Needless to say. Dancers, if you're a guy and you like to dance, if you're interested in performing in a spring dance concert, go and see Miss Staub in room 2416 West Side, or you can see Chris Randolph, the Lowdown's very own Chris Randolph. Today is the last day, guys, so check it out.
Dude, that's the SAT study course, preparation course. It has been extended. Everybody's been wondering, is the SAT preparation course extended? Guys, it is. And it can be completed at home or at school. Computer lab in 127 East, and it will be open after school each Thursday. Pick up permission form in Student Services and return it to Miss Cook.
Hey, so this is the time where we go to sports. But I bet you're wondering.
See how
who is
Locust
over.
going to be.
Let's take it over to Adam Gardner, Sports Desk.
Thank you very much, guys. Excuse me if I seem a little uncomfortable. This set was made for a dwarf, so sorry about that. But on another note, JV women's soccer was in action last night, taking on Garner in their second conference game. They came up with a victory, 3-0. We don't have the individual scores for you in that, but they are 2-0 in the conference. Also, varsity soccer taking on Garner as well with a 4-0 victory. Individual goals were Shelly Munch, Margaret Presley, Dana Vaughn, and Courtney Dunn, all with one goal. They spread out the scores pretty evenly. They are also 2-0 in the TAAC conference. So, so great job to both varsity and JV women's soccer. Now back to the two idiots at the front desk.
Sorry if I feel uncomfortable.
Wow! Guys, sorry if I'm not, maybe I don't get a proper education or take any showers, or maybe I don't have any real friends, but I do know a few things about life.
We're going to turn over to our resident gourmet, our guest gourmet.
Guys, check out how low this is about to be.
Rachel Estes. Take it away, Rachel.
Yeah, thanks, guys. I just, excuse me if I feel a little extra comfortable. I think this set was made for a prince because, as you see, yes. You gotta see this. There's a padded seat. The chair has wheels on them just in case, John has to move around real quick and do something.
It was made for Prince.
But anyway, about our lunch menu, we'll be eating turkey fries with a roll, homemade lasagna with a roll, parsley potatoes, and no roll, and broccoli for all you veggie lovers with cheese. I'm not quite sure what kind. Hopefully not American. I hate American cheese. And fruit juice. And I know they have little chocolate things because I love those and I always get those. And I hope you'll have a really good April Fool's Day and a really good lunch. Back to them.
Hopefully not American cheese,
That
because I
was-
hate American cheese.
That was really good.
We
you
got
guys.
some, who's our own stuff? We got some reminders for you. All wrestlers need to turn in their uniforms by this week. Este semana.
Lacrosse
Este
home
año.
game, 6:30 on the football field.
Be there. Or
Chicken
There's the lowdown. Hope you guys have a good day. Holler at a player, even if I'm not on the street. Later.
Here's some food for thought. On the lowdown, I edit segments and produce small segments and pieces for the lowdown. I put stuff together, sort of, and also I'm on the air reading the lunch menu every day. And I'm here because it's a lot.
Floor director, the guy who runs the floor, and why I came to the lowdown is it's very casual. And, you can see over there and hear the noise that we have fun here.
Really to get more of a technical aspect of broadcasting. Usually do like more like different types of production, such as commercials and stuff like that. But I decided it's a lot bigger than that, so I decided to learn a lot more of the TV background.
I'm the assistant floor director, and originally I came to the lowdown to do sports, but I ended up being shadowed, and floor director is really fun, and prep the studio for the show.
Scott. Alright, I'm the technical director. I'm responsible for the way the show goes on there, and I also do switcher. I'm responsible for training other people at my position, and
Why do you enjoy it?
I enjoy it. I'm gonna be honest with you, I really don't. It's like, alright, I enjoy switcher just because I like all the technical aspects. I'm not really an on-camera type of person. I prefer to be behind the scenes, and I feel very comfortable around electronics.
These are our resident wallflowers, looking resplendent as always against the bright pink.
I do master control, and sometimes I type the script in the morning before Adam gets here. What else?
Why do you enjoy it?
I enjoy it because the people around me are really great most of the time.
So why'd you come into Lowdown to begin with?
Actually, it was a fluke. I just needed something to sign up for, and I signed up for TV. I ended up loving it, so I continued with the program.
This happens to be one of the best places in the country.
This transmission is coming to you.
And that's the way it was. Had to say it. So, another gem that I thought I'd never see again is the Senior Slideshow video that we showed at the Senior Banquet, which took place May 9th, 2003 at the Raleigh Marriott by Enloe. Scary that I remember all that, isn't it? I remember leaving school and driving over there with my dad. I wanted to get everything set up well before showtime so we'd have time to work out the inevitable technical problems. When the time came to actually play the video during the banquet, the senior council had everybody give me a round of applause, and that was the first time I really felt like I belonged. I know how that sounds, but that's kind of the way it was back then. Now, when I watch this video, I tell myself that it was the best I could do with the comparatively primitive tools and methods available at the time. I could do it much better today, but back then, it was what I had and it was what I was able to do. That said, I'm still trying not to look at this as my old shame, but, you know, it is what it is. So, anyway, I present to you a flashback to a flashback, exactly as it came off the editor on May 7th, 2003. Enjoy.
What would you do if I sang out of tune? Would you stand up and walk out on me? Lend me your ears and I'll sing you a song. I will try not to sing out of key. Yeah. Oh baby, how you like? All I need is my buddy. I say I'm gonna get high. What do I do when my love is away? Does it worry you to be alone? No, no. How do I feel at the end of the day? Are you sad 'cause you're on your own? I tell you, don't get sad no more. Gonna get down and I'm afraid. I'm gonna try. wish come true, yeah. One can stand alone in the dark, two can make the light shine through. It takes two, baby. It takes two, baby. Me and you. Just take two. It takes two, baby. It takes two, baby. Make a dream come true. Just take two. One can have.
Life's rolling wheels and shifting gears round that Jersey turnpike. Barney stopped me with his gun 10 minutes after midnight. Said, sir, you broke the limit in this rusty old truck.
Well, I'm running down the road trying to loosen my load. I got 7 women on my mind. 4 that wanna own me, 2 that wanna stone me. 1 says she's a friend of mine. Take it easy, take it easy. Don't let the sound of your own wheels drive you crazy. Lighten up while you still can. Don't even try to understand. Just find a place to make your stand and take it easy. Well, I'm standing on a corner in Winslow, Arizona. Such a fine sight to see. It's a girl, my lord, in a flatbed Ford, slowing down to take a look at me. So come on, baby, don't say maybe. I got to know if your sweet love is gonna save me. We may lose and we may win, but we will never be here again. So open up my climbing in, take it easy.
So, something that we shot but never aired were interviews and commentary from the faculty. Now, I know not everybody had the same relationship with the faculty that I had back then, but in the present day, I think it'd be interesting to take a look back and hear what they had to say and see what we make of it now that we have a little more experience. So, let's take a look.
Adios, amigos.
One of the reasons I love being a 10th grade teacher is the fact that... Oh, God, I said that. Don't you dare put that on.
When you do it right, do your sub-X, do a comma.
Better make it look good.
Miss Johnson's.
seniors, this is Mr. Keister coming to you from my classroom one last time to say goodbye. I gotta tell you, it's been a real honor and pleasure watching you grow and mature and become real inspirations to me. And I wish you all the best in your future. Nice knowing you.
Hey seniors, how's it going? Potter here. I just want to wish you all the best of luck. This class means a lot to me just because, well, to me I'm also graduating. You guys were the first class that is graduating completely. 4 years. I've been here 4 years, you've been 4 years, and it's a little special to me. I just want to wish you all the best. Here's a toast. Here's to you. Here's to me. As a teacher and advisor, I will always be. If you fail out of school, well, here's to me. Don't blame me. Just do that over. I like that.
Whenever you're ready. All right. Well, you're graduating. Since you're gone, we can say you really meant a lot to us. It was a privilege teaching you. Didn't want to say it while you were here. Didn't want you to get a big head. And I didn't want to get all teary-eyed and stuff, because this is not me. So, good luck. Come back and see us, and it's been a pleasure.
One of the reasons I love teaching 10th grade English, besides my love of world literature and the excitement of watching students work together on different projects and interacting with each other, is the fact that I get to see my students the next couple of years still here at Enloe. I'm interacting with the same friends, different friends, watching relationships, and getting to hear about their successes, things that are going on in their lives, and watching the extracurricular activities. And it's just an exciting thing to work with students and to get to see all these accomplishments at such an important time in a person's life. I want to wish the senior class the best of luck as you go on to your colleges and to your work, and I know that all of you will be successful, and I hope that you will always remember Enloe because we will always remember.
Many of you are going to be going to great universities, and when you are sitting in your classes, be they great or mundane, just remember that every moment, every particle of the desk in which you sit is miraculous, and occasionally you need to glance to your left and to your right and celebrate the wonderful weirdness of the person sitting next to you, because in our lives we have no right to be complacent, and don't forget that. It's the journey that counts.
All right, senior class, I'm going to get philosophical with you. The purpose and meaning of life is kind of a big question mark in everybody's adventure. And sometimes you may not feel like any more than just cosmic dandruff. That's a word I made up. But what I want you to know is that you may sometimes feel like that, but I think if you look at history and you look at what you're capable of doing as an individual, that your impact as a person is pretty dramatic. I've seen where a smile can, as a pebble thrown into a creek, creates ripples, have impact from one person to the next. So even though this is a complicated world and we're thrown into it unknown as to why we're here, I do want you to know that you're very important, and what you do as a person has a tremendous amount of impact, and you can make it a creative one or destructive. And I hope that you have good luck, pursue, and the best to you. Adios, amigos.
That'll be good for our blooper reel. You should have seen Miss Johnson's.
Did she have to do it more than once?
Oh yeah, she went through a whopping 3 takes.
Okay. See, every time I've done it just in one time, but that was the one time I messed up.
Oh, it's all right. Hey,
Okay.
that way they get to see your fun side. We get to see you laugh. That'll be good for an intro shot. I'll get when you go back like that. That'll be your intro shot.
Oh, great.
Oh, come on. Everybody knows you're a fun guy. Now we've just got tape to prove it. All right. Take 2, 3, 2.
And remember, it all started in your 10th grade class. Bye.
So now we get to the thing that you've probably been most looking forward to, the senior farewells that we recorded in 2003. Now before we dive into this, I want to say something. Remember, as I said at the beginning, there is no shame in admitting how far we've come since then. I mean, let's be real. We recorded these 20 years ago, and a lot of time has passed since then. I get that people feel like your worldviews may have changed, your styles may have changed, various other things may have changed, but at one point, this was who we were, and I think the worst thing we can do is be hard on ourselves for who we were and how we saw the world back then. Yeah, it can be cringeworthy, I'm not going to lie to you. When I look at my image from back then, I think, wow, I was rocking the Harry Potter light look, and I'm very glad I don't look like that anymore. But at one point, that was who I was, so I look at that as kind of who I was before I got experience and before I got fashion sense. You know, that's just me. The point of all this is it doesn't matter where we started. It doesn't even matter where we stand today. What matters is that we recognize life is a journey. Growing and changing is just part of that. We've all grown and changed in the last 20 years. And think about where we're all going to be 20 years from now. I hope this is a reminder of where you started. And if you disagree with anything that you said or thought or wore or whatever from back then, remember, see it as an indicator of how far you've come. So without further ado, I present to you Retrospectives on Life, brought to you by the class of 2003. Enjoy.
The most important lesson I feel I've learned at Enloe would be that people will doubt what you say, but they won't doubt what you do. So if you go on and do what you feel is necessary to succeed, you'll be better off than keep talking about things and never getting things accomplished.
The most important lesson I've learned at Enloe is to eat a lot of fruit, take a lot of vitamins, and don't procrastinate, but if you do, splitting up the work and Red Bull are definitely key to survival. And just remember that you can achieve anything if you're willing to work and if you let your passions guide you.
Some advice for the class is, while hard work may be important, it may support you in your life. I really think, the relationships you have are what make it worth living. Go out there and have fun. Don't concentrate on your work, but save time for all the other things in life.
The most memorable things was about when I first came here, going to school with my friends I knew since elementary school and middle school.
The most thing I remember about Enloe is my teachers, graduation, and also my friends that I'm leaving behind.
I remember the Enloe High School tool room of the auto tech tool room, because I spent so much time in there, 15 million. And that's one of those things that just doesn't leave your head ever. And I remember Mr. Uzzle and Russian Club. Probably some of my fondest memories were in Russian Club, which you should all go to because it's a very good club.
Seriously, I was thinking about this. The greatest thing about Enloe is that it forced all of you people to come in contact with me for 4 straight years. And I just think that's so great, because I'm sure none of you guys would have ever talked to me if that hadn't happened. But I'm just really glad. I made so many cool, rad people here.
My favorite memories, I have many of them. Definitely Powder Puff cheerleading, very exciting. The swim team dance party earlier this year was excellent. Quite an exciting event as well. Also, thousands of student council emails, thousands of them, very long too. Can I say one more thing? and not going to class at all my senior year. It was quite difficult, but good opportunities.
What I remember most about Enloe is playing with all my buddies in Actors Ensemble and touring for Wiley and the Hairy Man, trying to figure out how to read a map in the back of the car with Lennon and Milena, and seeing all of my friends in hideous wigs in many shows.
Well, my best memories of Enloe would definitely be when Chamber Choir went to Disney World my sophomore year, and that was a lot of fun. And Miss Massengill's classes were so much fun. Anyone who's taken her classes know that freshman year we definitely played Oh Dear, and we did the Meiosis Mitosis dance, which is really dorky, but I'll definitely remember that. And when we went to the Outer Banks, and Adrian Ortega made me fall out of my canoe, and that wasn't fun.
The thing I'm going to remember most about Enloe is getting the opportunity to participate and enjoy the Fine Arts Department, doing the spring musical every year, and having way too much fun in the soprano section of Chamber Choir.
The thing I've enjoyed the most about Enloe, and that's been the most fun for me, is just the neat people I've met, the teachers and the students, the ones that have really cared and pushed further. It's the teachers that give the assignments and tell you to go outside of the room that really made it worthwhile and help you apply it to your real life. And then students, there's a lot of people that do a lot of different things. That's what's great about Enloe, the diversity. You can see people in every area, and they just kind of make you want to be better.
I've had great teachers that have motivated me to do great things. And even in classes where I didn't do as well as I would have liked, I've still had the most fun, and I'm just glad I had this opportunity.
2, 1.
My most memorable moment at Enloe is going to be in my freshman year when my brother was a senior, and so was our neighbor, and we would always ride to school and ride home from school, and they would always pick on me while we were here, but they were still fun. They would walk me to class and make me feel cool and whatnot.
My most memorable thing at Enloe has to be the games. Games against Southeast Raleigh and Broughton. They have to be the most memorable thing. Sold out crowds, everything. That has to be. Student body support, everything about the game. That has to be the most memorable thing about Enloe.
A memorable experience at Enloe would have to be my freshman year because my brother was a senior and I knew all his friends, and it was just, it was great. Just me and his little sister and getting to hang with him and his friends, so that was pretty cool. And I knew a lot of people, so that was nice.
In the band, trips to marching band competitions, and also trips like clinics, honors clinics and stuff. Those were a lot of fun. Really bonded with a lot of the band people.
Now, when I think of my experiences at Enloe, I think about the many hard hours I've put in to do well at school, and the friends who have been there with me. And just like to say that I liked all of my friends. I would like to express the fact that they were very friendly to me. And you know, Enloe's a really great place to be for people such as myself, who are very unique in many ways and probably wouldn't fit in anywhere else. I mean, I could go to places like Southeast, or Broughton, or Millbrook, but those wouldn't really fit who I am, which is a bit of a geek, yet at the same time, still a pretty nice guy. I think that's what Enloe does best. A lot of semi-geeky people who overall are pretty nice guys, or girls as the case may be.
And my favorite thing was Mr. Gates' class, because he's really funny and really cool. And I had a good time in there. And I also had fun doing nothing.
My favorite memory? There's so many, but I guess one from this year, from Powder Puff, when, even though we didn't win and we should have, but just seeing all the senior girls out there when we're
warming up before and after, just cheering, especially after, when we're all together cheering, screaming, 03, and how we're gonna be out of there and the juniors still have another year, but yet we're still happy, even though we didn't lose, just that time for bonding, and I just think that's a really special memory. So I would say that.
I guess I'd have to say my favorite memory of this school would be from this year, actually, the day I got my parking space. Doc Darden came up behind me and she was like, "You need to come see me." I was like, "What did I do?" And she's like, "Your name's been pulled." In that serious administrative voice. It's like, you did something big. Don't try to deny it. And so I was like, "What'd I do?" And she was like, breaking up by now. She's like, your name got pulled for a parking space, stupid. I'm sitting there thinking, oh, thank God. So we have some crazy administrators here.
Two words to sum up, going here is probably decent and challenging.
I describe Enloe in 2 words would be a roller coaster.
I'm free. I'm free.
I would say no sleep.
My Enloe experience in 2 words is diverse and interesting.
Hard work.
Two words to describe my experience here, I had to say is unforgettably memorable. So that's what I say.
2 words I'll use to describe Enloe: extraordinarily society-ly, which would mean, I guess, that there's different extraordinaires of the society.
Learning experience, because it definitely is one. Going to school this diverse and this challenging.
2 words I would use to describe Enloe would be no sleep.
If I had to choose 2 words to describe Enloe, probably be ultra power, because the desire and friendship that I share with my peers can only be described by the 2 best words in the English language, those being ultra and power.
2 words to describe Enloe are hard work. I did a lot of work over 4 years.
And 2 words I'd use to describe Enloe would be a really diverse environment, because, I don't know, I just really enjoyed hanging out with all the different people here and getting to know everybody in all the different groups, and it's been a lot of fun for me.
Intensely hardcore, because it's quite an experience being here and it's a lot of work, but a lot of sleepless nights, but a lot of things made it fun too.
Mad fun. It's just different. I mean, I can't really explain it the other way. I mean, it's different school. I mean, I never had, school where I, knew half the people there at one point. I mean, I wasn't, in trouble, and I didn't hang around the wrong crowd, and I enjoyed all the teachers that I had, but just different.
2 words to describe Enloe would be very challenging. Throughout my 4 years, I have came across a number of challenges, and I think I pretty much adapted well to them, and that's one of the main things that people who come to Enloe are going to have to do, is adapt to their environment.
Fun and educational. Fun, I mean, obviously high school is going to be a lot of fun, but also educational as far as academics and as like growing as a person. Since freshman year, I know I've come a long way. All my friends have too, so I mean, I just learned a lot about other people, and I think that's going to prepare me very well for after high school and after college.
I would say Eagle Pride. I guess that goes along a lot with the swim team and our cheers, the Eagle Pride, you know it, and then we have the Eagle Flex. But definitely Eagle Pride. It kind of sums up my experience, and it sums up, I think, the entire senior class.
If I had to pick 2 words to describe this place here, I'd probably say mass mayhem. Because, we see that between classes all the time, sometimes in classes, and that's what keeps this place interesting.
The best advice I can give to our senior class would be to forget about the little things that have drawn us apart and remember the big things that have brought us together, and face every challenge head on and never look back for your mistakes.
Don't do anything that you're not happy with, and stay positive.
Okay, my 3rd one would be for advice to people that I'm leaving behind would be never let anyone call you stupid. You're always smart. Everyone's smart. I don't care if you have a disability. I don't care if you have a half of a head. Everybody's smart.
Okay, so my best advice to people at Enloe when they go off into the real world would definitely be to think less about themselves and more about other people.
My advice would be to enjoy your life. There's more to life than just studying and doing stuff like that. So you should definitely just enjoy your time more.
Advice that I'd be giving people this next year would be when they go to college that this is your chance. If there's something that you've wanted to be these past 4 years and didn't want to change, you had your thing going, this is your chance to reinvent yourself to be whatever you want to be. And just not to worry about what other people are going to think, because it's going to be a new you when you get somewhere where no one knows you. And just have a lot of fun with it, because these are the college, what I say, is the 4 years of your life where you have the most freedom with the least amount of responsibility that you'll ever have. And so that's pretty awesome to just do whatever you want to do. So find whatever it is that makes you be, whether you like to go and hang out with your friends, whether you like to do service, play football, basketball, just go and do that and live it up every single day. Because once something happens, it's gone and it's not going to happen again. So just seize every opportunity you have to have fun and just enjoy everything while you can do it.
Okay, I would definitely say advice to underclassmen is get involved in as much stuff as you possibly can. Take advantage of the opportunity you have at Enloe because it's unlike any other high school in the world, definitely in the country.
All right, the advice I would give my classmates is make sure you stay on top of your game. Make sure you study every night, and so that you can have a good GPA and possibly SAT score.
I would tell my classmates to always keep moving, continue to study, continue to work hard, and just never stop learning.
Well, if I had to give some parting messages to my peers, I'd have to say just keep your head on straight, you know, while you're here at Enloe. Don't worry about what people say, because people are going to talk about you at all times. So just go ahead, just keep your head on straight. Just do what you feel. Just don't worry about it. If what I like to live my life by, if it's not fatal, it's no big deal.
The advice I would give to my peers would be to probably make every decision based on your final goal. I've tried to do that ever since I've been at Enloe, and just do that, you know, make yourself happy, but in a different way.
And advice I would give to my peers would be, don't get into something you can't handle, academically, socially, anything, because it will overwhelm you, and just take it one day at a time.
Continue to work hard and just make sure that you have fun in college, and try to balance, get a good balance of having fun in your studies and just have a good time.
My advice to the senior class would be to make sure that you be yourself, because that's something that no one else can take away from you and something that you'll always have no matter what happens in the future. And to keep trying in everything you do, because if you give up, you're giving up on yourself, and you is all you have. So just try it again, try it a little differently, and good luck in the future.
Don't work too hard. Don't overwork yourself in college. Make sure you get a lot of sleep, because if not, when you wake up next morning and go to class, you just won't be able to do anything at all. And you know, I really think it's important, you know, people still be able to have fun during school, not let it, you know, take over their life, and be able to enjoy life without having to worry about schoolwork all the time. So, you know, don't procrastinate, have your stuff done on time. And make sure you always check your syllabuses, because that can really get you in trouble.
Advice that I would give people who come to Enloe, or just people in general, is to find something that you're passionate about and that you believe in, and stick with it.
Advice that I would need to give to the underclassmen of Enloe, I would say do your work. Enloe provides lots and lots of opportunities for you to have a good time in high school, but you definitely need to buckle down and do your work, because that'll just set you up for a smooth ride once you're out of high school and on your way to college. So just do your work and you'll be fine.
I guess I would say, when you go off to college, we're all gonna go, and it's gonna be new surroundings, new environment. We'll be happy for the change, but just stay focused on what you want to do. Remember your goals, and also stay true to yourself. Just don't let your environment make you become a new person. Like, remember who you are and remember where you came from, but also adapt how you want to.
Some advice I'd give our constituents here, keep doing whatever it is you're doing, because they've managed to put up with me for 4 years now, and those that have been with me since before that, even longer. So you've maintained your sanity, so whatever it is you're doing works. And like I said, you've survived 4 years of high school, of English tests, of math tests and whatnot. So, I just applaud them for that. So keep up the good work.
So I'm just gonna start talking. This is really weird. Oh, I did say it. Oops. I'm just looking at you. Okay.
Besides meeting Greta Bridges Day.
Right. Besides doing this actual taping right here, my favorite memory. Sorry about that. This thing fell off and it kind of freaked me out. So.
And the lesson. Sorry, I'm starting again. My advice to the class, hold on.
Take your time.
All
right. Anywhere your senior year. I f***ed that up. Did it? All right, so I need, okay, hold on, I'll do it real quick. Advice that I would need to give to.
The advice I would give my classmates is make sure that you get your grades correct so you can get into. All right. Right. Let's see. Hold on.
I don't know. Okay. What else? Farewell, folks.
I don't have anything else to say. I already said 2 words. Hard work. And NHS was fun. And IB rocks.
And do I keep going, or we got any more questions? All right.
That's it.
And what's a word for, like, I learned a lot? Yeah, and educational. Not only good, and educational. So I'll start over. I would say, and I think that'll, sorry. I think, you want me to do it again? Okay. I'm trying to look at this RMAX sign. Okay. Yeah, so
2, 1.
Are you gonna ask me a question or what?
Okay, so if you had to summarize Enloe, the RMAX sign, in 2 words, what would those 2 words be?
Okay, hold on. Let me start over. That's really bad. Don't put that in. Okay.
I've got 2 words that you might want to use.
Okay.
Euphoria.
Oh god. Okay. No, really, don't put that in. Like, really, I want to proof this before you put it in.
Yeah.
But okay. I guess I would say, what was the question again?
Okay. So what advice would you give to your peers?
Okay. What advice? Well, okay. You know that song, Wear Sunscreen? Remember, wear sunscreen. That will make a difference. Come back to reunions. Everyone wants to look young and healthy. But, all right. Actually, I would say, so, yeah.
And, Enloe. Woo. Shout out to my homies.
peace.
Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So make the best of this test and don't ask why. It's not a question but a lesson learned in time. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life. take the photographs and still frames in your mind, hanging on a shelf in good health and good time. Tattoos of memories and dead skin on trial. For what it's worth, it was worth all the while. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life. It's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you had the time of your life. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life.
Ruin that shot.
And that's our show. What was your favorite part? For that matter, what was your favorite memory from high school? Is there someone you haven't spoken to in 20 years that you miss? Maybe someone you had a crush on way back when that you never told? If you could go back and give your 18-year-old self one piece of advice, what would it be? I want to say thanks to everyone who took part in Project Senior 20 years ago, all the friends that I knew, even those that I've lost touch with. But most of all, I want to say thanks to all my classmates, whether we got along or not, for being part of my life. I didn't always have the awareness to appreciate you, but for better or for worse, y'all were the extended family of argumentative siblings and weird cousins that I didn't know I needed. So here's to 20 years. May we all be older, wiser, and kinder than we once were. Till we see each other again, this is Brandon Bridges reminding you the best way to be is be squared. Be good to each other. Bye-bye, everybody.
Brendan is a fool. La 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 la.